What's up, y'all? This is Dregs One. Welcome to another episode of the History of the Bay podcast, sponsored by the good folks of Amoeba Music San Francisco. Support your local record stores. Also, check out our other sponsor, Dying Breed San Francisco, where you can get some custom original gear and some graffiti supplies. And I got to shout out my boy from Mojo Labs, Mojo Brandon, aka Brand One, always sending me some dope joints. And behind the lens today, we got King Said, we got Rocky Vision, we got Dio on the boards, we got the producer Skino making it do what it do. We got a special guest, R&B in the cut, checking us out. We got Jamon Drew of the Whole Shabang, and the guest of honor, the one and only, you gotta say it 3 times. DJ.Fresh, DJ.Fresh, DJ.Fresh.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Happy to be here.
Thank you for coming through, bro.
Thanks for having me, Drex.
Of course. We were talking about it for a minute. Glad it finally worked out.
Yeah.
We gotten a chance to do some music work in the past. That's been cool. And now here we are just building.
Yeah.
And so you have been doing your thing for a long time. I gotta give you your props. Your work ethic is crazy.
Thank you.
You have, you're one of the producers, I feel like it's kind of rare for them to actually develop a following on their own, a fan base.
Yeah.
And not only that, you're a real DJ. It's not just a name or a title.
For sure.
You really do it.
For real. In a real way.
In a real way. Like that. So let's take it back to where it all came from.
Yeah.
I believe it started for you in Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah. Baltimore, Maryland. I started when I first saw it. Okay, look. Damn. I first heard the scratching sound on Run DMC, Peter Piper.
Jam Master J.
Yeah, Jam Master J, rest in peace. And I just heard the sound. I didn't know what it was. I heard it, you know. For all the kids out there, wasn't no YouTube, wasn't no internet, wasn't none of that. And I'm like, what is that sound? And finally I went to my cousin's house. I got a lot of DJs in my family, but my cousin Derek and Andre, one was a house DJ and one was a hip-hop DJ. And I went over there, my Uncle Ellie house. I went over there and it was music playing in the basement, and I heard that sound. I heard the right, and I was like, oh, what's that, right? And that was the same time I heard on the radio, and I went down in the basement, and I seen them, you know these silver square things with a spinning platter, a turntable, and yeah, I was just so intrigued. It was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like a calling, and you know. I kept going over there. I would sneak down in the basement. Everybody sleep, right? Sneak down in the basement, messing with the turntables, and I never got caught. You know what I'm saying? And I just slowly started learning, for real. I just slowly started learning it. I picked it up kind of quick by watching them.
Self-taught, mostly. Yeah.
I picked it up kind of quick by watching them, and one day they was down there doing it, right? Scratching and stuff. And I was like, man, let me show you, try, woo, right? And so I did it, right? I wasn't like super dope at it at first, but I did it enough to bust myself out. Like, oh, you've been down here practicing without telling. Woo. It was that kind of thing. But they were like, I was just turned out by that.
How old were you at the time?
I was 9 years old.
Wow.
You know, I was 9 years old, and then and just records in general at that time. Like everybody had records. Like CDs wasn't even really a thing yet.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody had records. All the black families had records. My family had hella records.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave me most of those records. And so my dad used to always be playing records, like, you know, like, so it just was around like from very early on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Baltimore, they have like that house and kind of techno type of jump off, right?
It's called Baltimore Club.
Right.
Yeah. So it's kind of like rap and house, but it's like more ghetto though. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Baltimore Club. DC has Go-Go. And then Baltimore has Baltimore Club. And just through all that, my father lived in Washington, D.C. My mom lived in Baltimore, and just going back and forth, I soaked up all that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I was doing like real mixtapes, like mixtapes on cassette tapes, TDK tapes.
Mm-hmm.
One side 30 minutes, the other side 30 minutes. You got to hit record, play, and you can't mess up. If you mess up, you got to start all over. Ain't no Pro Tools. We can hit stop and just pick up where you left off. You got to start all over. You feel me? And yeah, I used to do a bunch of those, sell them at school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm probably like in 5th, 6th grade, selling a bunch of tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's a good start.
I take the DJ thing like super serious. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it sounds like it's your life's passion.
Yeah.
And you're lucky that to be able to discover that at such a young age, because many people aren't able to figure that out.
Yeah.
But when you are able to see something that you're talented at and you're interested in and you lock in, that's a good formula for success right there.
Yeah, I mean, my father did it. Like, my father had a Jerry curl, you know what I'm saying? DJing. Like, he had a group called Black Ice.
Nice.
He was, he plays kalimba, congas, and that was also our family. Patrick played the keys. My Uncle Mike, rest in peace, he played bass guitar. But this music was always around me growing up, like very young. I was infused in it.
So is this also around the time that your interest in production kicks in?
Nah, because that didn't come till because you gotta understand, like, at that time, how old are you?
30-something.
Okay, yeah. All right, well, if you in your 30-something, 40-something, at that time, when you would hear music, or at least hip hop, you never really question where the music is coming from. You would just enjoy it. You would just listen to it.
It is
right?
what it is. Yeah.
Until you hear, like, I don't know, maybe somebody play a old record that got the same music as your song that you like, right? Like, then you start like, what? I thought that was, this is really Anita Baker or something like that, right? And then, so that's how it kind of happened. I didn't get into the production until maybe around, I put out my first CD with production / DJing. I was 16. Yeah, I was 16.
Okay, so that's still pretty early.
It was still early, yeah. Like pause tapes and all that
sure.
kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Sample pause tapes, yeah. Probably mess around with keyboards, stuff like that.
Yeah, like very like minimal, you know?
Well, hip-hop all started with the DJ.
Yeah.
And there's some natural instincts that you have to have as a DJ in terms of rhythm and timing and just the appreciation of music and rocking a crowd.
Yeah.
All those things translate pretty well into making and recording music.
Yeah.
So as a kid, were you starting to get out there in like the Baltimore scene in terms of spinning at events or parties or things like that?
So the first public place I DJ'd at, like in front of a small crowd outside of my family, it was in San Jose. Okay,
so you moved to the Bay as a youngster too, right?
Yeah, I first came out to San Jose like around maybe around 11, somewhere around there, 11. We came to San Jose. There used to be a store called Star Records, right? It's not there no more. It was on the east side of San Jose, and I don't know how they let me get up there and DJ, because at that time, like if you asked to touch some turntables, it was like how dare you ask to touch these expensive turns? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you have the audacity to ask that, right?
Yeah.
But somehow, I don't remember how the story went, but I remember they put down the little crates for me so I could stand, because it's tall. I'm little, so I had to stand on like some crates, and I'm DJing in the store. And that was my first time ever like DJing in front of people that don't know me. It's people coming in and out of the store. You know what I'm saying? And that was like the first time I had ever like did a public set in the DJing.
Can I ask what was the reason you relocated?
The story, like we was in a bad situation, you know what I'm saying? Bad situation, and Mom's tried to get us out of that bad situation, and we went to a whole new bad situation.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I mean, the East Coast and Baltimore, that must have been a bit of a culture shock.
Yeah.
When you get to the Bay. I mean, Baltimore is a very chocolate city.
Yeah, for sure.
The Bay is very diverse.
Yeah.
And then musically, culturally, it's a big shift. So you were seeing that as well.
Yeah, I was seeing all that, because I had never been around like Latin people, Mexican people. I didn't know it really at
and then
that
you
time.
in San Jose too.
Yeah.
Mini Mexico down there.
Yeah, all that for sure. But I soaked all that in. Like I learned so much from being out there early. Just like with the freestyle scene, you know what I mean? Like
ciphers and stuff.
No.
Like freestyle
like
music? Like Stevie B?
Yeah, like Debbie Deb and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, he was at them lowrider shows.
I mean, I was around all that. Yeah. And back to what you asked me earlier, as far as like public DJing, I used to do all the breakdance battles out there. They used to have, it used to be something called Best of the Best, right? Like the dopest like b-boys and b-girls in the world used to come to this. Her name was Aiko. She used to pop lock. She was like one of the biggest pop locking people in the world. And but she used to let me do those. I'm probably like 13 years old now, 14 years old, and that's why a lot of my music kind of like the 80s samples and stuff.
Right.
I learned it from that,
right.
And my pops and my moms too. But like it's stuff to pop to and boogaloo and all that kind of stuff, breakdance too.
Yeah.
So that's why I learned it. I learned it from that culture.
Right. Dance music, basically. Yeah.
It was a group called Floor Rockers, of course, like Rock Steady Crew and all them. They used to all come out here. So yeah, I just took that and just infused it with everything.
I like it. It's like a true DJ story right there. Some hip hop shit. Yeah, because it didn't take long for you to start getting a reputation as a DJ. Was your name always DJ.Fresh?
No, my first name was DJ Shorty. Yeah, DJ Shorty. And I spelled it like it was a $SHORTEE, right? And then I changed it because the New York niggas started calling girls Shorty.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to change it.
Yeah.
And then it was an actual girl named DJ Shorty.
Right.
So then I changed it to DJ Webbs because people used to say I look like Webster. You know Webster?
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't last long. Then I changed it to DJ Kid Chameleon. And then I changed it to DJ.Fresh.
Tight. Yeah, I mean, you kind of got into the turntable, because the turntablism scene in the Bay Area is huge.
Yeah.
From Visible Scratch Pickles, Bulletproof Scratch Hamsters.
Those all my guys.
All them,
X-Men.
X-Men.
It was just right around his birthday. That was
right. So were you starting to like get into battles and
So what happened was maybe around my sophomore, junior year, I moved back to the East Coast.
Okay.
With my pops, Virginia. And that's when I started getting into the into battle DJing and stuff. I had seen Rock Raider from X-Men. And I seen the battle between X-Men and Scratch Pickles.
Nice.
New York. That's New York and San Francisco.
DMC.
Yeah, DMC. Yeah. And that turned me. When I saw that, I was like, oh, that's crazy, right? And so I was just practicing DJing like every day. Like I'm coming home from school, I'm practicing DJing. Now at that time, I didn't have techniques at that time. I had a Sony belt drive that you get from old school Radio Shack, right? Mm-hmm. It probably was like $90, $100. It don't work well. The tone arm is terrible, right? If you barely even blow on it, it's gonna go across the needle. So what I used to do is I used to take some super glue and take a quarter, and with the little thing like that for the 45, and I would glue it on top of the needle for the weight,
extra weight,
the weight, right? And it helped a little bit, not really. And then I had a Gemini, right? Gemini is like, if Techniques is the best, Gemini is like the Boosie version of Techniques, right?
Right.
It was, I learned, so that's what I learned on. And I had like a mix. The mixer was from Radio Shack. It's called Realistic Mixer, right? The hella stiff. It's like the worst mix in the world that you want, but you gonna make it work, you feel me? I sprayed WD-40 in all the slots to make it kind of slick, right? And I learned that thing like it was two techniques though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, cutting grass for summers and all that, I saved up and I got some techniques. Well, I got one technique, and then my pops bought me the other technique.
You got to be really creative with the equipment as a producer and definitely as a DJ.
Yeah, but that's how you get better though.
Yeah.
Like at that time, it's
like you're playing with the handicap.
Yeah, like if you can get good with that, then you be solid with anything. Mm-hmm. And like that's the limitations force you to work around it. You know what I mean? You limited, so you gotta figure out how you can make the best with what you got.
Yeah, that's some hip hop shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting because a lot of people are like, nowadays, like the lo-fi sound and all these things are like, people are trying to find that, but a lot of that came from like janky equipment or like some old ass records.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Like not having the best.
Yeah. Making do with what you got. What point did you get into the ITF, International Turntable Federation?
So by that time I'm probably like 17. I'm probably like 17, and I'm about to move back out here now, right? My senior year, because I said I went out there my sophomore year. Senior year, well, first I did ITF in New York, because I'm out there. But at this time in the realm of DJing, they're placing me as a Bay Area representative, right? Which is fine, I was. But I'm on the East Coast though, right? And so I won third best in New York, the New York regionals, and then flew to San Francisco. Remember Maritime Hall? Yeah. Yeah. The battle was at Maritime Hall, and I won third. I won third there too. I think Realm won that year. DJ Realm. Yeah, rest in peace. And I battled Snake Eyes. After that year, he went to be world champion and all that. I beat him that year though. But yeah, so I battled hard probably for like 2 years, and then I got to a point where I was like, all right, this is cool. But I wasn't making no money yet from that, you know.
You're just getting a reputation.
Yeah, but that meant a lot. Like back in them days, if you won like a DJ battle like that, everybody knew about it. Yeah. The whole gang knew about it. Everybody from like at that time, the top people was like, you know, Jay and Nas and all that. That's how I got the whole Nas thing. Like Nas had heard about that. If you won, especially since I won in New York. Right. I won in New York at a time where if you weren't from New York, like they gonna shit on you. Right. And so, but yeah, that's how the whole thing with Nas had happened at that time. But yeah, so I battled for like 2 years, and then I was like, okay, I'm not really making no money, but I gotta figure out how I can make some money. And then that's when I slowly really started getting more into the production, you know what I'm saying? Because I started seeing that even doing like mixtapes at that time, I started seeing that like, I got introduced to residual income, and I started to see the mixtapes. I wouldn't be able to sell a mixtape and make money from that 10 years from that time. Like I had to sell it hand in hand. Yeah. It wasn't a way I can like make money like how we do streaming now.
You're not getting a publishing check off mixtapes.
Yeah. So I started to just see that. And of course, being in the Bay, you gonna kind of learn that anyways, right?
Because the hustles stick out here.
And so I started more so like transitioning out of doing battles and doing, you know, production. You know?
Well, when I talk to some of my older DJ homies and your name comes up, I think the respect is still there. Yeah. There's people nowadays, man, they will DJ off a laptop iTunes playlist.
Yeah, I'll do that too though. But
that's cool. But I'm just saying, you paid your dues and you actually know that you can do that. Yeah. Some people are calling themselves a DJ, and it's like you're not quite a DJ. And it's just interesting, like because the whole battle circuit is not really a thing anymore.
Yeah, not like it was.
What do you think about that?
Well, this is what I said. Okay, because in that time it was about the technical skill, right? And nowadays it's not about the technical skill, but which is cool though. Nowadays it's just about like people only care about what they're hearing. Like if it sound good to the people, then that's really all that matters. So for me, I actually love this time that we in, because this is more about the vibe and the frequency, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, so somebody like me who does have the technical skill, right? It's just about the music. You can focus more on the music now, you know what I'm saying? So as easy as it is to get started, I do get that, but like, you know, someone like me who has the knowledge and the love and the passion, like I love this time. It's fun, you know what I'm saying? It's fun again. like we all first started doing this because it's just fun.
Sure.
We just love the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so like I'm not one of those kind of people that's like, oh, they doing that over there. That's Boosie or ooh, like you feel me? I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be able to grow.
Yeah,
and to adapt to the times.
It's all good, you know. So, so that's where I'm at.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But
don't nobody want these problems though. Like I can still like, you feel me?
They say that then.
Yeah.
At some point, you ended up DJing for Common.
Yeah, so that was before now. So my brother, DJ Dummy, he started with Onyx, and we all had a DJ crew called 12-Inch Assassins. So it was, at that time the only black DJ crew was X-Men, and it was us. Well, I'm sure there's others, but as far as like really like pushing the needle, you know what I'm saying, at that time. And so it was me, DJ Slice from New Jersey, DJ Chaps from he's from New York, and then my brother too. And he used to DJ for Common. But I was out here though. I was out here. So anytime they used to come out here, I used to just do the West Coast circuit. So, up here, San Francisco, Santa Cruz,
right,
LA, just out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm still in high school at the time. And so yeah, and he was, that's when he was Common Sense. He wasn't Common yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is I Used to Love Her and that.
No, a little bit like
before that.
No, after that, like Like Water for Chocolate. That time.
Yeah.
When he first started working with Dilla. Like Water for Chocolate and One Day It All Makes Sense. The One Day It All Makes Sense was the last album he had as Common Sense, and then after that he dropped the Sense and he just went to Common. Right. And that's when the Light and all that stuff came out. Right. Yeah.
So was that a good learning experience?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
You got to build with him and
Yep. That was when I got a story about that too. I just thought about it right now. So it was this one night where my father lives out here now, but he didn't for a long time. But he just was out here, and we went to that show. I had the footage of me and my brother at a Common show. We like DJing together, doing tricks under the leg and all that kind of stuff. But my father is recording the whole thing. You know what I mean? And that was just more. I actually forgot about that until you said that right now.
That's tight.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, as just for people listening and watching and following along, like we're talking about the art of DJing, right? So we're talking about mixing and blending, rocking a party, making mixtapes, battling, and then rocking with an MC. Yep. These are all different levels that, I feel like DJs should pursue to master their craft.
Most definitely, yeah.
And another artist that you end up DJing for is Nas.
Yeah, so Nas came after the battle scene. Because there's a story. So DJ Ruckus, who was part of my DJ group, he used to DJ for Freddie Fox, Bumpy Knuckles in New York. And Nas was out. This is when Nas was. This is before he dropped Stillmatic. So this is when he's come. This is like, cause Nas kind of, like, he had a point where like he kind of went more. I don't want to say commercial, but like it what everybody fell in love with Illmatic, right? And then it was written, right? Yeah. It was between those
talking
two.
About like the song with Genuine.
Yeah. Some people like that, some people didn't, right? It was a little like divide or whatever, right? And so then he got the thing going on with Jay-Z and all that at the time, right? So he's working on Stillmatic, and Freddie Fox and Nas got a tight relationship, right? And again, Freddie Fox and DJ, we were all in the same group at the time, and I'm the only one on the West Coast, right? So he's in LA, and they called me. They don't call me first. Ruckus called me. He was in my group. He like, hey, Nas about to call you, and he wants you to DJ for him, right? Now this time I'm probably like 19, right? And I'm like, this nigga just said Nas want me to DJ. I'm ecstatic, right?
That's a mind blowing call to get.
Yeah. Here's a story too. Before it was either gonna be Nas or Talib Kweli. Talib Kweli ended up picking DJ Chaps, who was also in my group. And so he like, yeah, Nas gonna call you, right? All right. So then Nas' manager calls me, and he like, what did he say? He was like, you know, we need a DJ and that kind of thing, right? And then I'm like, you know, I don't got no manager, I don't got none of that at the time, right? And so he was like, so how much you gonna charge, right? I was like, tell him make me an offer.
That's always the best answer to that question. Yeah. How much do you want? How much do you got?
Yeah, he's like, cause my brother had told me prior, he's like, when they get to talking about money, just say how much. Don't say a number.
Yeah.
Just say how much. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'll say a number and then it could be way.
It could be too high and fuck it off, or it could be too low.
Well, it's gonna be too lower because that's Nas.
Right.
There's people gonna want to do that for nothing.
For nothing.
So that's what I did, and so they came back with an offer I couldn't refuse.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was probably a short negotiation, right?
Yeah, it was. I played it cool though. I played it cool for sure. And the next day they flew me out there, and you know, I was looking so West Coast, you know, they took me shopping and all, like they did all the shit. It was a great experience though. Like we met at the W Hotel. He was in an all orange velour, you know, super Nas.
Mm-hmm. Nas and Belly Nas.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
It was cool. It was I'll never forget that experience.
Are there any memorable things that he told you or experiences you had performing with him?
I met Eminem. I met, like just the whole thing, you know. At the
whole
time.
thing was
the
just
whole
six,
tour. Yeah, like the whole.
I can imagine.
Yeah, that was a crazy tour. And you gotta understand too, like right now, if we see like somebody we admire or something, like the impact ain't the same because we basically see them every day on the gram. Or it's just everybody's a lot more accessible.
Yeah.
Right? But at that time though, it was like you only seen somebody like on TV or maybe at a show or something. You know what I'm saying? So the impact of that like that really put me on a very high level with as far as the totem pole and the game, like the respect level. Like I already had the DJ thing going on, right? But then that too, and to be so, I'm hella young too at that time. I'm 19 years old. I can't even drink legally yet. Mm-hmm. And so, God's amazing. But that was a crazy experience. Like we performed at the Apollo, and you know what I'm saying. I met Guru from Gangstar. He was like, "You that nigga, man."
Wow.
In Miami.
Respecting your skills.
Like just like, again, there's people who...
That's the guy who works with DJ Premier, so...
Right.
Yeah. That's high praises.
Yeah, it was crazy. I put together the whole set, if you watch Nas's DVD about, I think when, what was the album after that he came out with? Godson, right? Mm-hmm. There's a DVD that he put out, and the whole Ether song. Right. I know that song still mad, but the Ether song, the diss towards Jay-Z, there's a part where he plays the Hard Knock Life song, the Annie sample, right? Mm-hmm. It's a hard knock life for us, right? And then you hear the gunshot. Like I put all that shit together. I put the whole diss thing together towards that. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a I'll never forget that time. But I was ready though, because I had been practicing for it since I was 9 years old. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. I was ready.
And you mentioned earlier that you were looking to transition more from being like a mixtape DJ into a producer. So I imagine that gave you a lot of creative inspiration. Probably put a battery in your back.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Nas heard my very first beats. The first rapper to ever hear my beats is Nas.
Wow.
He never did none of them, But he liked them though. Like that, it's very like basic. Like he got Premiere and the top of the top at that time.
Yeah.
But he liked the idea of it. I just didn't have the time with it yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, like he used to I used to go to his room and I would play him I'll play him my beats. I'll play him my beats and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's cool because, you do have to have some type of chemistry with the artist to put on a good show with them as their DJ.
Yeah, it's hard to, like, at the DJ shit at that time, like, I had that down. Like, because I already had, again, at least a decade of time of doing it. But as far as my production, I was very young.
So what were you starting on?
I had an EPS 16 plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Insonic?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. I had that. This is not even Reason. Reason's not. None of this stuff is out yet.
Yeah, he taught 8-bit sample.
All that. Yeah. I used to have an EPS 16 plus, and I used that probably for like maybe like 3 or 4 years. You know, you gotta have a disc.
Floppies.
You gotta have a disc. Sometimes the disc don't. Sometimes the disc won't save, right? And if it don't save, like. It's like damn, you got this fire beat, right? And you gotta turn it off. If you want to make another one, you gotta turn it off, but you can't save it. And so it's like, damn, I got a fire beat right now. I have no way of saving it. You're not gonna be able to make it the same way again, especially on something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just sad, man. It was sad. But it's just that's why I learned on that. I did that for like probably 3-4 years. And then I got introduced to doing beats on computer, which was Reason.
Sure.
At that time, I had like the first Reason, and that's when my production like really like started kicking off.
And so you've been doing this for a long time as a producer, and from what I recall, because I remember like first seeing your bubble, like, back in the day, like, the Tonite Show bubble.
Yeah.
I remember seeing an advertisement for the Tonite Show on Mistah Fab's DVD.
Yep. Freestyle King.
Freestyle King DVD. But before that, if I'm not mistaken, you were already working with Jay Stalin? No.
Jay Stalin came after.
So,
yeah, me and so by the time I got the Fab, okay, so this is what happened. So, After the second tour with Nas Gossam, I was in a state where it was like, I was like, all right, when I'm on tour, the money was great, right? But there's still 10 months out of the year, right? And at the time I was working like at a skateboard shop, but I'm DJing in there though, right? Just like regular, like minimum wage money type shit. By now I'm almost 21 now, right? 20, 21, somewhere around there, and like, I'm like at the time I'm having to take care of my mom because she's sick. Like you gotta grow up quick and
responsibilities.
Yeah, all that. So what happened was I took the money that I made from that tour and I went to school. I went to Expressions in Emeryville, right? This is early Expressions. This when tuition's like $10,000.
Right.
I think it's there. How much is it now? 200 or something?
I think it closed down, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it
was up there.
It was something crazy.
You need student loans to go there.
Yeah, it was something crazy. But so I took that bread and went to Expressions. And that's when I met Fab. How did I meet Fab? There was like a mixers kind of industry kind of thing, right? I'll never forget. It was Slum Village, Dwelle. This is right when what's the first song with Slum Village and Dwelle?
Taint. Yeah. Tainted.
Yeah, Tainted. This is at that time, right? Dilla's not with them no more at the time, right? Bone Crusher was there, and Fab was there, and Fab has out Nig Latin at this time.
So this is before
this.
Yeah,
all
before
that.
this.
Early Fab, early Mistah Fab. And I don't know, somehow we started talking. I don't remember how. We started talking, and you know, I was like, you know, my name's DJ.Fresh, because again, people knew me from the Nas tour and the battle scene, right? But not as a producer yet. And somehow we exchanged numbers and all that, and he would come to the school, and you know, they would let you rent out a room there.
Yeah.
And so I would be in those rooms just making beats. I would record footage around the Bay and put music to it. Before I was working with rappers, that's what I used to do. I just drive around with a camera and I would film going across the Bay Bridge or whatever and just put my music, put my beats to it, right? And so Fab was like, man, I need somebody to help me do my DVD. And he gave me a whole bunch of video tapes to edit.
Is that the DVD I was just talking about?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He gave me like a bag of like,
the
it probably had like 20 tapes in there. And I edited that because I knew how to edit already because I was doing my own.
I didn't realize you had edited that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I used to edit my own videos. I shot a couple music videos, but yeah, that was like my first like big break as far as doing that. So he gave me a bunch of tapes. I edited them all together, and then the trade-off was like, okay, I got these beats. I want you to rap on. I need you to rap on these beats. And that became the first Tonite Show. And he would come and do freestyles. And now I knew this whole time though I knew what I was doing. Like because at that time people wasn't just rapping over original beats. They were rapping on the latest Jay-Z instrumental.
The mixtape era was boom.
Right. Mm-hmm. They were doing that type of stuff. So I always understood, like, no, I'm gonna have people rap on my original beats, right? And that's how the Tonite Show was born.
So that was your concept, and basically, and you've done. Do you have a count of how many Tonite Shows you've done?
Well, I got 200 albums that's out, and I probably got like, how many you think, Drew? Like 40, 50? 40, 50 like Tonite shows, but then I got like another 150 like just other albums. Instrumental albums,
collaboration albums. Yeah. So, but 40, 50 Tonite shows. Yeah.
Don't ask me to name all of them right now.
I'm not. I won't. Yeah. I will be here for a long time. You say you want to keep this interview kind of brief. So Fab was the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, his was the very, very, very first Tonite Show. And then Stalin came. He came after that.
Okay, and at this point, is the Whole Shabang?
Not yet.
No. So this is you getting into the game.
Yeah.
And this is smart. See, this is a good game for producers. I feel like a lot of producers who are starting, they want to like just get into selling beats, sell beats, get some paper.
Yeah.
But when you have a name and a reputation, that's almost more valuable in some cases.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Can I just finish this one thought? Hold on to that.
I got you.
And one way to do that, establish that reputation, is by working with an artist exclusively.
Yeah.
And coming up together.
No, that's the only way. I mean, that's the longevity way. But what I was gonna say was like, to be honest with you, probably with this, I would say this year, maybe within the last 3 years, I just started making some money. As far as selling beats.
Right.
I never was really making money selling beats.
I
made money by doing
music.
a project with somebody and we gonna split 50-50 or whatever and just build it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, and that's exactly my point. And that's why I feel like a lot of cats are reluctant to do that nowadays. And you know, I think it's also like there's a lack of creativity in that too, because a producer, people forget, there's a difference between a producer and a beat maker.
Yeah.
And a producer is someone that can craft the whole entire album and work with a vocalist and get the best performance out of that vocalist.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've done that with your Tonite Show projects.
Yeah.
And they're also like, it seems like for some of these Tonite shows, like this one right here, you got one with Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah.
This is like a cool way for artists to just kind of get on your vibe and have fun doing a project and do something different.
Yeah, and you build your own lane too.
Right.
It's gonna take a while, but once you build it.
Well, you have a whole brand. The Tonite Show is a whole brand.
Yeah.
And so after the Fab project, that's when you start linking with Stalin.
Yeah, so the first Tonite Show was with Fab. Then I did one with the artist named Smig Dirty. He's from Sacramento.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Smig Dirty.
Then after that came
wasn't that also advertised on that DVD?
It might have been, I don't know.
See, my memory is crazy. I ain't seen that DVD since it came out, boy. I still remember that.
I don't know. That DVD, that did numbers, though.
The DVD? Time. Yeah, that shit was hard. That's a hell of a... See, he made a smart decision doing that trade-off.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that DVD got you out there,
and that's when Fab was, like, on fire. That's when he was, like, scorching.
Yeah.
And, we had that relationship. And also, too, even on our Tonite Show, there was a song on there. It's called "We Go Down in the Bay." They used to play it on the radio. Mm-hmm. They used to play it on the radio out here, and
that's perfect timing. Hyphy movement,
it was
still booming.
It was perfect timing, right? And like, even that record, that's what I learned from San Jose, the breakdance stuff. Mm-hmm. But anyways, though, so after the Smig one, after the Fab one was the first one, after the Smig one was the second one, that's when I met Stalin. But the Whole Shabang really came together when by the time the Tonite Show would beat the Weeda and Stalin together, that's when the Whole Shabang like really came together, because that's when I met him. It was me, him, Mr. Tower, Young Gully, One of a Kind was with Honor Roll and them Trackademics and them.
Oh yeah, shout out to Honor Roll, my boy Spank Pops.
Yeah, and that's like that was like the kickoff of that, you know what I mean? And we was at the Hyro Lab, and it was just like a collective, and we was all just bringing something different to the table. We was all just working, just being creative. You was kind of seeing where the scene was going, because it was kind of like, I would say, like post hyphy, right?
Yeah.
It was like kind of like the end of hyphy, like in the midst, not the end, but in the midst of it.
Yeah.
Because you had Stalin, who was like Stalin was mob, but it was a different kind of mob than what...
Well, there was like a whole thing where they were kind of calling it the New Bay.
Yeah.
Fab,
That's what I'm saying.
And Stalin, and...
It was kind of, So it was all kind of in that time. And then we all came together, and we was all in the same building. He had a thing called Ticket Face he was doing. And he had Gully, he was with Beta. Ronald Mack. He had, you know what I mean? And so it was, it was just...
So the Whole Shabang is like in-house production team, right? Where all y'all kind of work together on different projects, different beats.
Yeah, it really all just like, it just made sense. It meshed together, you know what I'm saying? And I always had such like a high output. Like, I'd be working, you know what I mean? Work. And I was like, man, let's just all just put it together. Like, we had our own photographer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we just, it just made sense at the time. We was all in this, and we was all in the same building, just trying to just, you know what I mean?
So as you're telling your story, I'm just gonna keep pointing out these little bits of good game that I'm hearing, and one of them is building your team.
Yeah.
See, this is where I feel like, as I'm talking to you, this is where I feel like has worked for you as a producer to establish your brand, establish your name, as opposed to just being a beat maker, have a placement here, have a placement there.
Yeah.
And this little tidbit I'm picking up right now is the importance of having your team.
Yeah.
And building your brand through a photographer.
Yeah.
If you don't have a videographer, maybe you edit your own shit.
Yeah.
Maybe you work with a videographer on this. Maybe you do your own stuff here, but you brand it. Basically, even though you're behind the scenes in the lab, you're still putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
Like a rapper would.
Yeah, and at the time, I didn't know that. I didn't know, as you say that now, it's like, yeah, that's what I was doing. But at the time, I didn't realize.
You just don't go. Yeah.
I just always had the mind frame of always just be working.
Yeah. Yeah, just do the shit.
Always just be working, and like I grab whoever's around me. Like if I see you got a talent, something, I'm like, come on, let's do it. Like woo, do like woo, like you know what I'm saying, like that. Like Drew, let's go. Let's like I'm always trying to work, And when you always trying to work, when you always working, like the universe has a way of just working itself out towards whatever it is you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And I just always kept that that mindset, you know. And so yeah, that's why I got 200 goddamn albums.
There you go.
But yeah, that's how that happened.
So how did you first meet Jay Stalin? Because y'all have a long history and a really good chemistry. And I feel like you helped craft that whole Livewire sound in a way.
Yeah, I mean...
Not entirely, I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
No,
but
it
played a big part.
Appreciate it. So Tower knew them. So it was we were working on Real World. It was working on Real World, and then Tower introduced me to Stalin. And then instantly me and Stalin, we just connected like at music. Cause you gotta think at that time, people wasn't really people weren't really sampling like Anita Baker and stuff like that at that time. It was more I would say like keyboard mob, like with JT the Bigger Figure and all them was doing, like was more like keyboard based mob type shit, which was still slapping, but I'm coming in from a different perspective of DJing. I'm basically just playing all the records my mom and dad used to play though, with some slap under it now that I learned out here on the West Coast, right? But I took the DJ shit I learned from the East Coast and just put it together, right? And so, you know, I think the first time me and Stalin like really did a session, we probably did like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 songs, right? And that's how we did Real World. We did Real World quick too. It was like a couple weeks or something, like, you know what I mean? And he has that same work ethic as me too, though.
Yeah,
like he was always working. And so, you know, we would, you know, the routine was we're gonna go get some Hennessy. He would get the little lemon drop squeeze, and we would just drink and work all day, every day. Yeah, that's what that would be a routine. Hennessy, right? Beer. But yeah, we just always had that work ethic of just like trying to, you know what I'm saying, capitalize on the time, you know what I'm saying, and the opportunities. You know what I'm saying? And
good chemistry.
Yeah, and the chemistry, yeah. Like, let's keep going, let's keep going.
I'm going to throw out just a few other, I'm like you said, I can't name everybody, but I'm going to name a few more people you've collaborated with. And one group would be the Living Legends. Yeah. You are like damn near the official tour DJ of the group?
Yeah.
You've done some tours and some shows with them?
Yeah, they've had other DJs. Okay. For sure. But yeah, I've been with them.
And you have like a relationship, and you've produced for some of the members, including Murs right here. Shout out to Murs 316.
That album was actually a Grammy consideration.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Yeah. So how that came about was the first like. Now, mind you, like Real World and the Tonite Show and all those. Now, I always considered them albums. I always knew, these are my albums, my albums. But at that time, people used to look at them more like mixtapes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever though. The Picasso was probably the first rap album that I did though.
Shout out to Picasso.
Yeah, and I used to teach at Eastside Arts Alliance.
Oh yeah.
Black Panther.
I love that spot.
Yeah. I used to teach a class there called Beats and Flows to high school students, and we worked on that album over there. But Rock the Bells. So this is when we were talking about paid dues earlier. Shout out Murs. The first year of paid dues, it was Rock the Bells, and it was paid dues. It was a tour, and they needed the Legends needed a DJ at the time. It was DJ Icewater. I think he moved to New York or something like that, somewhere far, and they needed a DJ. And so Picasso had told him about me, and that's how I got that gig. And that was the year. I think Doom was on that. Doom was on there. Doom was on that tour. That was rest in peace, MF Doom.
Oh, and the Rock the Bells. Yeah. I think a couple of those shows he was like sending the imposter.
Yeah, that was all that.
I was there. I was in the Rock the Bells, San Francisco, and someone was like, "That's not MF Doom. Yeah, that's not him. Yeah, what the hell?"
Rest in peace.
Just bounced.
Rest in peace, Doom. We actually had the mic too, because the sound man was on our bus, and we had his mic or whatever. It was like a Mattel mic. back in the day.
Whoa, really?
But yeah, it was like, who else was on there? I think Wu-Tang was on there.
Yeah. Cypress Hill.
Rage Against the Machine or somebody. I don't know. But anyways, though, I was the DJ for that tour. And that was how the whole Living Legends thing came about. But again, that's just the DJ in me, you know? Like, I can do the street shit. I can do the backpack shit. Whatever.
Yeah, versatility. Yeah.
But that's just DJ shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
yeah. That's what's up, man. I mean, Living Legends definitely has their place in West Coast and
but at that time,
hip hop.
I say that to say because at that time it was like a divide.
Yeah, it still is.
Yeah.
But it was probably a little more noticeable back then.
Like if you were on the backpack side at that time, like they wasn't gonna fuck with the street.
Yeah, and even on the backpack
the
side, they was
it was like a
like that's too negative.
Yeah. And so,
what was it like working with Messy Marv?
Oh my God, yeah! Shout out Mess, man. Mess is Mess is Mess, man. You feel me? Mess is Mess. That was a man. You remember when we did that Mess shit, bro? No, it was cool. It could have been what it wasn't, and it turned out to be a blessing. Like that was like my first biggest Tonight Show. When that came out. That's when
he was on fire.
That's when he was on fire.
Yeah.
That's when he was on fire. And that album definitely like furthered my career. Cause after I did that one, that's when Yuck came. That's when Keek came. That's when everybody was like, you feel me, trying to like get it in.
But you were in the lab making that together?
No, I didn't make that with him.
Okay.
No, I didn't make that with him.
Sending
that's when he was like...
He was in Miami or something?
He was somewhere.
Like
Nobody really...
Miami.
You know what I mean? He was
He had to bounce out.
He was on that move,
yeah.
But no, but when it came to business, like with me, no, it was solid. It was straight. Like it took some time, but like I remember one day he was like, "Fresh is done," and all the songs was in my email, like everything was, you know what I mean? Like so. Man, shout out Mess, man. Wish him the best.
Shout out Messy Marv, man.
That's like people love that album to this day.
Yeah,
people love that one.
It's hard. Messy has a crazy fan base. You see that face he's making right there? I mean, we're from Frisco, man. So
I get it. I get it.
Shout out to the boy, man.
Yeah, like any time like Oakland, Frisco come. It's always
it's a good look. Yeah, so are you were you more at a certain point, you mentioned San Jose, and you have roots in Oakland that you're establishing? Yeah, Baltimore to the Bay. Yeah. Got the game in Oakland, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Another name I want to throw out, the Jacka, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Jacka. That one, that one too. That one, man, rest in peace, Jacka. Yeah, I had wanted to do a Tonight Show with Jacka for a long time. And I remember I had moved to Santa Cruz. I was living in Santa Cruz for a while. And I used to do shows at, the Catalyst. You know what I'm saying? I was out there. And, man, one day he just hit me in Twitter. Or I hit him in Twitter. He was like, Fresh, what we doing? It was one of them. Like, what we doing? And I was like, man, what we doing? I've been trying to do the whole time. And I went to City Hall. And, got, a small little events, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That was the beginning of me really, like, transitioning from doing CDs as far as, like, buying the CDs myself. Up until that point, I'm putting in all the money.
Self.
Yeah, I'm buying it myself. Yeah. I'm going to Rasputin myself. I'm pulling up to East Palo Alto and where else, and I'm selling them myself at schools by hand or consignment, right? Even the Messy Marv one. But the Jacka one was when I first started using distribution companies. And I went to City Hall over there with Walt and them, and I started learning that game, like the distribution, like how it works and one stops, and you know what I'm saying, returns and all that kind of stuff, and you know what I mean. And so that was a big one too. And then from that one, that's how the Freddie Gibbs thing happened too.
Right.
Because Freddie Gibbs' manager, his name Lambo. I didn't know who Freddie Gibbs was at the time. And then Lambo came to Lab, right? Did he come to Lab? Yeah. Lambo. It was I can't, maybe it was Tajay. I can't remember how we locked in, but he linked us up. He linked us up, and that's how that come about. Every album though was like, it's like a link. It's like you do this one, and then it connect you to this, and you do this one, and then it connect you to this. It's all connected.
I'm seeing that pattern. Yeah, as we're talking, but I'm glad that we got to kind of break down the timeline of how it started with that one Tonite Show project. And like I said, I keep going all night. I'm not going to. I mean, Freddie Gibbs, Raekwon.
Yeah, Raekwon.
Mitchie Slick, someone you worked with.
We got a cold story about that Raekwon, remember?
Oh, yeah, it was fun, though.
What happened with that?
So when the Raekwon Tonite Show happened, and this is all like public. It ain't like no shit like that, whatever. But this is when Raekwon and Joe Budden was getting into it. You remember that?
Yeah. That was an ill one.
Yeah, and shout out Hands. What was the social media tool people was using to talk at that time? I forget what it was called.
Twitter?
No, it was before Twitter.
Oh,
it was like a live streaming kind of thing. I don't remember what it was called. No, not time. Somewhere around there though, something like that. Anyways though, Joe Budden's trailer was like right next to us, and he didn't know, and I guess he had said a few things about Raekwon and Method Man,
right?
And they went in there, and you feel me, and some shit happened.
Something happened.
Yeah.
An incident went down.
We was all there for all that shit though. But the Raekwon Tonite Show came about because Mean Doe Green from Sacramento, his name is Doey Rock.
Doey Rock,
rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he had tapped in with his manager, had tapped in with me, and that's how the Raekwon Tonite Show thing came out. You know. But again, it's all
networking, building.
Doey Rock heard the T Nutty Tonite Show that he from Sacramento.
That makes sense, man. You work with all these artists. Yeah. You're open to all these different collaborations, all these different styles. And I mean, now here we are, like years later, still talking about some of these projects. And it's giving you, like I said, I mean, as a producer in the Bay, even just your drop, DJ.Fresh, you just have an unmistakable brand. Very unique. Your sound, of course, too, sticks out. And the work has paid off. And it's still, there's still work to be done.
Yeah.
But, it sounds like it's been a great journey for you, man.
Yeah, it's definitely been a great journey. And if I had to go back and change it, I wouldn't change a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it takes time, man. Like, I'm finally at a space now to where I'm, it may sound crazy, but like, I'm like very sure of myself and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm in the right space. Like everything is right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just telling my girl, I'm centered, I'm balanced. Like you know what I mean? Like but it takes time though.
It does.
You feel me? It takes time, and I gotta give all the glory to God. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's right.
Yeah, like that really definitely changed a lot. You know,
people don't really understand from the outside looking in what really goes into this, and like you said, the time. And we were talking earlier before we started rolling about getting older. Yeah. And I just feel like there's just more work to do, man. There's more moves to make. It ain't over till it's over. Yeah. You look at some of these artists that are, almost 20 years older than us and still mashing and still feeling like they got shit to prove and still in love.
Yeah, I still love
with the craft.
Yeah, I still love it. Like I got a set of good problems. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Because you always gonna have problems. So the best thing you want is a set of good ones. Yeah. I'll tell you a story. So the Wiz Khalifa, right? Right before Wiz called me, I was in Hawaii. I was with Grouch and them. And no. Actually, I was with Zion I. Rest in peace, Zumbi.
Rest in peace,
right?
Zumbi.
I was on tour with him, and I was about to quit. Now, I really wasn't about to quit. But you have moments where you feel like you want to quit. Like when you do music, like you're going to get your heart broke at least a couple times on your journey, right? And then you come back stronger. But I had one of those moments where like I was finna hang it. I was feeling like I'm finna hang it up. Like, because one of them really catching on, you know what I'm saying? And, build all shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sending beats to Currency at this time, right? I'm sending beats to Currency. And Currency does this till this day. Shout out Currency.
But y'all got a whole project together too, right?
Yeah, for sure. But I'm sending a bunch of beats to Currency, and but I'm not knowing that he's recording to all these beats that I've been sending him for like a year, right? And so I'm on tour with Zion I, and Currency's going. He's going live on IG, and he's like responding to me like, "Oh, what's up, Fresh?" Da 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 da. Right, whoa. And I'm like, "Man, I sent you hella beats, right?" Whoa. But he's got like hundreds of people in his live, whatever, right? Da da da. And so he sent me like he like sent me like maybe like one or two songs. He sent me something that was enough incentive to me. That I needed that motivation. You feel me? And then I talked to him, and he like, yeah, me and Wiz, we just did 6-7 your beats, send some more. And I was like, for real? And the next thing you know, like they playing the shit they playing the music, and you know, and they Instagram lives, and like I'm just starting to see it. I'm gonna tell you a crazy story. So this how I know, like, God is so real. So my manager, Mark Breezy, he runs into Wiz like just being out and about, right? He don't go out like that, right? He just happens to run into Wiz, and at this time he knows that me and Wiz been working Currency, right? Mm-hmm. And he sees Wiz, and he goes to Wiz. He say, hey Wiz, I manage DJ.Fresh. My name Mark Breezy. Wiz say, oh, you manage DJ.Fresh? Put my number in your phone. Put my number in your phone. Tell him to call me and send me some beats for my album. Right? My manager goes, damn, my phone dead. My phone dead. Wiz gives him his phone to put his number in there to text, so we can tap in later, right? Next day I hit Wiz. I hit him. I call his phone. He didn't answer. I text him like, "Hey, this DJ.Fresh." I think I put DJ.Fresh, right? And then he was like, he said, "Son, your beats is crazy." Da da da. I sent him probably like 20 beats. No, I sent him like probably like 5 beats, right? Didn't hear from him. Then he say the names of the beats that he did, right? And I'm like, "Oh, you like those?" The beats that he like is the shit that I make the most easiest, right? Then I probably sent him like 20 beats. And then he probably did like 9, 11 of them songs. Me and Wiz probably got like 40, 50 songs.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, bro. You continuing to, well, that's another example of the connections. Yeah. Starting with Currency. Yeah. And then it goes to Wiz.
It's all connected.
I see. I feel like there's many more like that to come for you, bro.
Yeah, it's all connected, and it's having a good attitude, like not taking things personal. A lot of times people take things personal, right, and they like kind of shoot themselves in the foot, and they block a blessing that was on the way, but you got in your feelings, and you block you open your mouth, or you know what I'm saying, you get somebody the wrong energy. Yeah, and I get it. Like,
I get it. Artists are sensitive by nature. Yeah. And it's hard. Again, a lot of times you're seeing things from the outside looking in, and you might be looking at something that it might not be as good as you think it is. There's so much hardship and struggle that you're not seeing. Yeah. You might be jealous of a bad situation and not even know it. Yeah. And then not even look at your own situation and see what you got going on that's working.
Yeah, you gotta be. The music game is a slow game.
Yeah.
It's slow. Yeah. It's a slow game.
Yeah, but people don't understand that when they look at overnight success.
And you see what happened with those, like, people that go fast, like, they don't last that long like that.
Hot today, cold tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's next for you, bro? You just did the refresh. Yeah. You're throwing those out there. I like the shit you did with RBL.
Thank you.
That was cool. Yeah. That was a really good update on those old beats.
Yeah.
So what's next?
My main album, the Tonite Show, the compilation, featuring me and everybody. That's my main album that I've been focused on that. I've been working on probably like maybe 2 years now. I mean, but I've had a lot of the songs, like just bits and pieces here, there, and then like just really like putting it all together, and like the timing is right. It's my first major label album release. I've never done a major label album release. Everything I've done is like independent. Or
which label?
BMG.
Nice.
Yeah, BMG. Clive Davis and them, you know? And it's just a new chapter, you know what I mean? New chapter, and You know, everybody's like fully invested. Ain't nothing weird going on like that. Like I went down there, and it's just like they got a whole machine and a whole. You just see it from a different perspective. Like I know the independent game. I know it in and out. You know what I'm saying? And so like to be able to have like a major label machine behind you, it just make everything. It make everything flow smoother, but also like it can propel faster,
right,
and more efficiently. You know what I'm saying? There's money behind it. Is key players behind it. Somebody over here that know how to do it. Like, and my team, one of the main dudes that's part of my team, his name Dialobi. He's from the Bay. You feel me? So he, you know what I'm saying? Like
he's familiar.
He's familiar. Yeah, he's familiar. And everybody on my team is black.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's just, it's just God, man. It's just God, and it's a beautiful thing. And to real quick, the refresh thing, because that kind of just accidentally happened.
Yeah, you just went viral.
I'm gonna tell you, I was sick. I had almost a case of pneumonia. It was gonna go there, and I was like, you just gotta just sit down. And I sat in my bed, just laid down. Baby was taking care of me, she taking care of me, and I made it right then and there. I was sitting
That's when we were supposed to do the podcast the first time.
Second, somewhere around there,
something like that. Yeah.
But I just was like, man, like, I'm looking at my keyboards, and I'm like, damn, I can't. I want to get up and work on my keyboards, but I can't. I need to lay down and just recuperate. And so I just grabbed the laptop and I just started just working from the bed, and that's what I was doing. I just had a bunch of beats, and I'm using the LAL AI to get the acapellas and all that. And I just start putting the acapellas to the beats, and people were was liking it, you know what I'm saying? And then I went viral with the LL Cool J thing, and I had Ellen DeGeneres in my story. You know what I'm saying? And again, just working though.
Yeah, man.
Just always working.
You're holding on to your passion for it. Yeah. You're still excited by shit. You're not bitter. You're not close to giving up. You're still setting new goals for yourself.
For sure.
To do something like that while you're sick in bed just speaks to your drive.
Yeah, it keep me going.
I mean, that's how I feel, especially when the pandemic hit. Is like my art. I just pouring myself into my art, and my creativity kept me going. Yeah. And, I've been having a pretty good run since then. So,
and your shit slap too.
I appreciate that, man.
It's therapeutic though. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, the music is therapeutic to me. But yeah, like I said, my man, I literally got everybody on my album too. Like I pull, it's basically like the 20 plus years I've been in this. I never called in no favors. I never did none of that, but I called in every favor for this one. I don't like asking people for nothing. I ask everybody for this one. Like, hey, what's happening? Like, you know what I mean? Like I really pulled in everything, all my playing abilities, and just everything into this.
That's what's up, man. Album. I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep me posted.
For sure.
And I appreciate you always, tapping in, sharing what you're working on, and let's keep building, man.
Man, it's all love.
And thank you very much for coming on the podcast, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
For sure. Yeah.
You heard it here first, y'all. DJ.Fresh, DJ.Fresh.
Yeah. Hold on, let me tell you a story about that real quick.
Okay.
The tag. Okay, it used to be 4 times.
Okay.
Lee Majors, shout out Lee Majors, right? Rest in peace, Pretty Black.
Yes.
And Drew Down. They had a song called We On. Mistah Fab was on that song too. They used to play it on the radio. And this is CD time. And Frisco Street Show. Remember the story? Frisco Street Show?
Of course.
Yeah, he put that out. And I heard, Drew, you was there. And it said produced by Lee. It said DJ.Fresh one time.
Right.
It used to say DJ.Fresh one. It said Mistah Fab runs rap shit. DJ.Fresh runs rap shit. And it said produced by Lee Majors. Now, Lee Majors had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? It's the graphic designer that has something to do with that. Right. And then I heard that, but see, that was a blessing in disguise though, right? I heard that, and I was like, oh, I'm about to make this motherfucker say it 4 times. And so I used to say, DJ.Fresh, 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 hella slow, right? And then somewhere it went to 3 times. But see, that was a blessing in disguise, because if it said produced by DJ.Fresh, I might have never came up with the tag.
There you go. And like I said, that's one of the most recognizable tags in the Bay. Anytime that comes on, it's going to be a slap.
Yeah. And BuzzFeed actually did a thing years ago, the 10 most recognizable tags. It had Trapaholics on there. It had hella people
Was
on
Harry
there.
Fraud on there?
I don't know if Harry Fraud was on there, but I was on there and it was number 1.
Number 1?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll send you the screenshot.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Well, when you hear it on a beat, you know it's going to be a slap. When
Yes,
you
sir.
hear it on this motherfucking podcast, you know it's going to be some classic information that you're not going to get anywhere else because DJ.Fresh ain't going to do interviews on sucker-ass podcasts.
No, sir.
We're going to get the history straight, still making history.
Yeah.
The whole team is in full effect.
Full effect.
Episode 20-something, I don't know how many. We going crazy right now.
You feel
We're
me?
giving you stories that you can't get anywhere else.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to end it like that. DJ.Fresh in the motherfucking house, the whole shebang. The team's in the building. Peace, y'all.
They recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay. Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay.